Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday night's Messages of Love from Above. And I'm just going to pop out the chat here and get my desktop all set up, and we'll get into the readings. Welcome to your weekend, and hopefully, everyone had an amazing week. And we will just make sure we got everything set up here. And we will get started. If you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, first of all. Got a great group of people with huge hearts and great senses of humor. So, welcome to the family. If you want to know how the free readings work, all the information is listed in the description box of the video. I do prioritize donations as an energy exchange. I honor that. So I do step outside of the regular readings, the free readings, complete those and dive deeper in those, and then return back to the free readings. If you didn't catch this last Monday's Moon Day Monday, every Monday I do put out a video that talks about the energy of the moon. You know, the moon goes through a different sign every 2 to 3 days because over 28 to 29 days it goes through the entire zodiac. So, being aware of the energies that the moon has helps us be able to navigate the emotional waves that come in. I also talk about different energies, which were right in the middle of eclipse season. Last Saturday, we had the solar eclipse with the new moon in Libra. And a week from tomorrow, the following Saturday, we have a lunar um, eclipse with the full moon in Taurus. So we've got all this energy that's going on with endings and beginnings. And I talk about that in those videos about what we can do with this eclipse energy. So if you're interested, it's all free. Check it out. And the playlist for all of my videos are in the description box of this video. So if you want to jump to any of those playlists, you can take a look at those. And then on Tuesdays, I have Take 10 with Zen. It was gone last weekend, so I'm sharing both the weeks before and this week's. The week before was a menu of spiritual gifts. These Take 10 with Zen are videos that are normally, for the most part, 10 minutes or less. Spirit's been a little chatty lately, so they've gone a little further than that. But this is a menu of spiritual gifts that talks about how, according to your astrological chart, looking at the elements of water, fire, earth, and air, how the different spiritual gifts we have kind of fall within those categories. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in maybe identifying some additional spiritual gifts you have. And then episode 18, which just came out this last Monday, was about using thy gifts, on how you can start using your gifts. So be sure to check those out if those resonate. So that's Monday and Tuesday. And then on Wednesdays, I kind of have What's Up Wednesdays, where we have a pick a card that we put out. And just update something really quick here. That way I won't do that in the future. I have my pick a cards. They kind of vary by week. Every other week, we talk about the energies of the new moon and the full moon, and then have pick a cards around those. Then one of the off weeks, I talk about in the week where we are having the change where the sun sign changes every month. Like in this case, the Scorpio is what we're going into next Monday. So happy birthday to all you Scorpio sun babies early. There's a special pick a card for everyone, but there's a bonus pick a card at the end, a bonus reading. It's a 3-month forecast for the Scorpio sun babies. So be sure to check that out if you are or on the cusp. It can impact you too. And then each month, I also have giveaways, and this is the video that announces the winners from September and then how you can get into the drawings for the month of October at the end of October. And then lastly, I know, blah, 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 we also have 50% off most of my services until the end of 2023. I love you guys. I wanted to give back some more. So I have half of my pre-recorded personal readings, which is where you send me your list of questions that you want me to ask Spirit. I do the reading, I record it, I upload it to YouTube and have a private link that you can only access by that link. And like I said, they're half off. So normally, like for a 15-minute reading, it's $10. It's only 5 right now. For a half hour reading, it was normally 20, it's only $10, etc. And all that information is listed in the description box of the video. So you can check that out if you're interested in having one of those. Also, my Hedges of Peace and Love and my Wish Upon a Star Astro readings are half off. There's links for those as well in the description box in case you're wondering, what the heck are those? You can get more information. So I'll be on for about 2 hours, and I after each of these free reading sessions, I do go to a Praying Mantis member session. I do have memberships on YouTube. I have 2 levels. I have my Zen Cricket at 2.99. If you're looking at having access to like these emoticons that we've created, and there's a special drawing. It's one of the ways that you can win is being a member for the monthly drawings. But the praying mantis level is what is $7.99 a month, and for those you have access to these free reading sessions that I have after each of these free sessions. I'm on for about an hour, and on Thursday nights there's a special Q&A as well from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time, where we pull past life readings, oracle card readings. We talk about all things spirit. I answer questions about my own life and my own journey. And we talk about astrology, whatever we want to talk about. So if you're interested in any of that, and then one of the other things that we do as well is you have advanced access. I record all the Moon Day Mondays, Take 10 with Zen, and all those picker cards a week in advance. And so you have advanced access to those as well. All that information, again, in the description box of the video. All right. Enough of the blah, blah, blah. We'll get started into the readings. I just like to make sure everyone knows what's available. And so that's why I go into all that. All right. So we will get started. I am going to switch to using the Dream Raven Tarot. It's actually one of the decks that one of my Praying Mantis members gifted to me. So thank you, Julia. Beautiful, beautiful deck. And I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Johanna, for your donation. And I don't see a question yet. You're probably tapping it out. So you'll be up first as soon as I see your question there. And then we'll get into the free readings as well. So missed you guys. I know I was out sick last week. I think I had a sinus infection or whatever, but I was in no condition to be doing readings. You never know. If you're not feeling well, you might like channel demons or something. I don't believe in demons, but just jokes, just jokes. All right. So for the sake of time, I'm going to start with the free readings, and then Johanna, as soon as you put your question, I will jump down to yours. So Daijona, okay, so I do see that, Johanna, so I'm going to jump down to that. All right. So thank you again so much for your donation, Johanna. Hello again. So lately, you randomly discovered deities. You read about Hecate, and Persephone, and you've been feeling very connected to her, wondering why, and any interesting insight on that. Ooh, let's take a look here and see what we have here. What do they want you to know? What does Spirit want you to know about this connection to the deities? And specifically, to those deities. Let's see here. There we go. All right. All right. I like these. So you do have the Four of Pentacles that is coming out first here. And the Four of Pentacles is about this stability in the outside world, but there is this energy here of, this of home. And it's interesting because when I was looking at that here, Mhm. I love these other cards coming in. Um, I immediately felt that this connection to home, this connection, it brought me into past life type of energies. And what I like about this is that because and most of us have had past lives when in Egypt when it was at its height, where it was the kind of center of civilization. And so when we were in those lifetimes, those past lifetimes, there's the strong connection of the spiritual energy that you had with Persephone. Yeah, with the pomegranates and all that. Yeah, I love that. So there definitely is this special connection, the special energy that was connected to the goddess. And a lot of the goddesses and I mean all of the gods and goddesses and all this, there's truth in the deities. There's it's like ascended masters. They are people that walk the earth. They are people that mastered certain things in their life, and they share certain energies. And I feel like this does go back to past lifetime strong connections that maybe you even were like a high priestess in one of her temples. It's this strong, strong connection. You had this strong relationship with this uh, the spirit of Persephone, right? And I say that too because you got the nine of wands and you got the eight of wands here too. Now, nine of wands represents the nine is the hermit's journey, and this is the inner energy, uh, like the inner energetic journey that you are on, and it's about raising your vibration, raising this certain type of energy that you have. And the eight of wands represents a lot of messages from spirit. So I feel like the ascended master of known as Persephone, she has um this special connection with you, and so she's part of like your spirit guides, and you have this like I said, like you're talking about this very connected and special connection, and that's where it comes from. Because we've got here, and this is what made me think that you were in this high priestess temple that was dedicated to her, because this made it feel like ritual of wine, and maybe it's pomegranate wine, but there's this heightened love, this heightened emotional connection that was there. And you have the hierophant, which is also this, representing a spiritual leader. And so the combination of this, I do feel like you were like in her temple as the again this in a very special high priestess role, and you did rituals, you made sacrifices, but not like human or animal, but they were, I think, if you and I'm not really super familiar with Persephone, but you might even just double check and like kind of look into the temples and what kind of history is out there regarding it and see what resonates with you, because I just feel like you were this this high priestess in her temple. And so she's making herself known here because of where you're at in your life and what's happening with you. um and it you say randomly discovered, and nothing is ever random. You are nudged, right, shoved into their books, shoved into those areas. And because of the six of pentacles and the five of swords, there are these beliefs around your worth that are been working on, you've been cutting them away, you've been really doing that, shadow work and the release of that. And there's this like taking it to a whole new level of your worth and your relationship to the outside world and who you are, that's been coming in here. And I like this. It's like there's this gift that's being given from Persephone to you. And it's this wonderful um awareness that they're bringing to you about, you know past life, who you were, the power that you held, and all of that knowledge is stored down in your subconscious, these experiences you've had from the past life that brings things forward for you. And I feel like there's this sense of empowerment that they want to bring for you in here, and to show you, about worth, and about how you can teach, how you can lead through love. But it all comes down to love, love, love. So I'd definitely be interested in finding out more about what she represented, what she ruled over, what her temples looked like, any kind of information that you can, you know, research. I feel like you're going to get some important information in searching for her, and especially seeing some pictures of some old temples. You might even have some old memories that are jarred loose, right? But I love that. So you said you'd never been interested in them before, and suddenly you felt a lot of love towards her. Feeling of, oh, there you are. Yeah, right. Exactly. This feeling of home. Again, the like the temple with the Four of Pentacles is four walls, which represents this home field. So I do feel like you lived in at the temple, like you didn't have another home. That was your home. And I like that. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck here. Yeah, you got the Page of Wands at the bottom. So this is the energy that's flowing underneath the surface here. It's the um, new energy being introduced, new power, new passion being introduced into your life as well. So I feel like that's what's going on here. It's not random. You're brought to them for a reason, but you definitely have a um, a strong connection to the Egyptian life. A couple weeks ago, one of the things that I'm doing on my pick a cards too, which I didn't mention, because every other week I do full moon, new moon, and then I do the change in the sun sign. Well, the other week I do a meditation. I started doing one. I've only done one so far, but it was for Egypt, and it was in Cairo. And so, if you're interested, check that out. There's a meditation in the beginning where we ground ourselves and we travel and we interact with the energies of the Egyptian pyramids. So you might check that out and see if that also brings some visions to you. But I love that for you, Johanna. So many blessings to you. And if you're ever interested in past life readings, I also do those as part of my criteria. I know, right? It's so perfect. And it's fun because the Cairo is known as the city of the dead because of the pyramids are like on the outskirts of it. And then on November 1st, um, I think it's All Souls Day. Yeah, Old Saints Day or All Souls Day. Where actually the meditation is going to be to Louisiana, to New Orleans, to the cities of the dead, which are their raised um, cemeteries. So I'm excited for that too. It just feels like I was like, oh my god, I didn't even know that when they gave me where's the next location that we're headed off to. So I really like that. But that's what they have for you, Johanna. So thank you again so much for your donation, and many blessings to you. All right. And Joe, Kenzo, thank you so much for your donation and a money reading. Absolutely. And any success coming towards you in the near future. All right. Let me just going to give these a little love here since I can do that now. Boom. There we go. All right. So let's take a look here and see. All right. Those are your money reading here. You're welcome, Johanna. And so, any success coming towards you in the near future? Very, very specific, but that one is supposed to go there. All right. Well, let's take a look here first at your money reading here. Ooh, all right. Okay, okay. All right. Well, we do have, I like that they start off with the Empress because this represents abundance, harvest. So this is positive energy here. So you definitely, your money, there is this abundance, there's seeds that have been planted, things that are coming to fruition. So it will be coming here. You do have the Tower card, which don't be scared about that one, because this does say that whatever unfolds does unfold for us, and with this energy that comes in, it is about things being moved to create space, things being moved out of the way so that it can be, so that you can flow and head towards something. If whatever's been holding you back, this kind of clog, this is what's being cleared. Whatever this thing is that's creating this block is what gets removed here out of your way. And you have the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups does have this, great energy of new emotion, new heightened happiness, but it's about an overflowing cup too. And one of the important things regarding money is, the chalice is what we want, what we're truly searching for. And when we fill up with this and then overflow out, so this is when we turn inward and upward, connecting to that capital T truths, connecting to this beautiful, unconditional, eternal love from the upper realms, we fill up and then it overflows out to the world. This is where this feeling of abundance comes in. And when we focus in on that, like if I focus in on, I'm missing money in my life, what I'm telling the universe is I enjoy missing money and abundance. Can you make me miss it more and miss even more things? Because that's where I'm focusing my energy. I'm pointing at it. But if I, with the Ace of Cups, I focus on unconditional love, what I'm grateful for, what I do enjoy having in my life, then I'm pointing at that, and spirit will bring me more of that. The great example that really brings it home for me that spirit gave is like a little kid walking into a donut shop that has, those glass counters, and if the little kid goes in there and points over and over and over and over again at this donut, the baker is going to load up a dozen of those and give them to the kid. And the kid's like, "Oh, I hate these donuts." And the baker is like, "Well, once you point at what you love, and I'll give you dozens of those instead. Don't point at what you don't want. Point at what you do want, and that changes things." And I feel like that's what's coming in with this Ace of Cups with this too is, focusing on gratitude, then we are given more of those things to be grateful for. And you do have the King of Swords. And so this does change. It's, really adds into that. The King of Swords rolls over swords with the Queen, but all the kings are given a second portion of air, which means they are the masters of thought and belief and mindset. They have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords allows them to connect to that capital T truth of the higher realms, but they also can cut away the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets that are tied into the small T truths that are rooted in fear. So our beliefs and thoughts around money are what impact us, because if I have these thoughts and these beliefs around money, like, and it can even not be conscious, it can be subconscious, right? These beliefs around worth, and that if I don't feel like I deserve a lot of money, money might want to try to get to me. But if my inner child has this out of balance giving and receiving, and it's like, no, 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 you haven't given enough to receive yet, it will keep it away like by a force field. Excuse me. So it very much is this wonderful change of mindset, change of perspective around money. And you do have this, uh, with the Empress, there is abundance and money available to you. Just how fast it grows and comes to you is dependent upon where you're focusing your energy. Because, like, if we keep a plant in a dark room and don't give it water, it's not going to grow very much, very fast at all. But if we put it in a sunny greenhouse and make sure it's watered and even give it miracle grow and or nutrients and stuff, it'll grow bigger and faster and bigger and better, right? So I feel like that's the message coming in around money. And let's take a look here at success here in the future too. Yeah. So this does tell me here, Kind of along the same lines, we've got the moon card, which is the hidden and the unknown in the subconscious. I've talked a little bit about, I have a series called Take 10 with Zen. And the playlist is in the description box of the video, or if you go to my main page, it's at the top under the playlists. Episodes 4 and 5 talk about our energy, talks about our subconscious and that kind of that out of balance giving and receiving. This moon card is kind of showing me that there's that unknown that's below the surface, this out of balance, like these beliefs we are kind of we take on when we're younger, usually 7 years old and younger, where we have to feel we have to give so much to someone that we're wanting to get love from, and we get so little back. Where it's 1,000 love coins we give and we get 1 love coin back. We don't know any better as children. We think that seems fair. And then it goes down into our subconscious and we believe in that. And then it just runs on autopilot. And we don't even realize it's doing that. So if you check that out, episodes 4 and 5, they're 10 minutes or less, those 2 videos, that give you some tools on how you can balance that out, and then those force fields fall, and then abundance can come in. But that's what I feel with the moon card. That's the hidden and the unknown. Here's the 2 of swords, which is again that those thoughts and those beliefs that we talked about that are being changed, that are being removed, and that's the block, right? That's the block that's being removed, is this thought and belief around this. The 2 of swords is like closing our eyes and opening our heart and getting in there to help transform things. And it's great. You have the 3 of wands, which does show that you do this, inner reflection, this deep diving into here. And this 3 of wands is about a change of direction from where you were before, because you have new information, you're aware of new things, and that you choose to change your habit and release this out of balance belief system that allows this beautiful flow to come in. So I would definitely would check out that Take 10 with Zen. Both episodes 4 and 5 are pretty cool. Some great information that Spirit brought through in those. So I feel like that will help drop these force fields, like, because even our conscious mind, we're like, I want love, I want promotions, I want money, I want abundance. But if these belief systems are down below, our little inner child is the one that's at the control panel of these force fields, and they put them up and they keep everything away, and we're like, why can't it come to me? And the little inner child's going, because you haven't, it's keeping hatch marks, right, of how much you're giving. They're like, "You haven't hit 1,000 yet, you don't deserve it." And that's why sometimes in our life, it feels like suddenly they drop and abundance comes in, but it resets to 0 and it goes back up again, right? So, that is what is coming in for you, Joe. So hopefully those things help, and, I'm excited because there is great possibilities of abundance for you. You definitely will have it coming in. Just how soon depends on how much energy you put into lowering, and adjusting that out of balance, giving and receiving. It's kind of like I sometimes I would call it my codependency awareness. That need to overgive to deserve that we can get a little back. So it frees in so many areas of our life, both love and abundance and jobs and everything else. It's just amazing how it all works. So again, thank you so much for your donation, Joe. I appreciate you very much, and enjoy your adventure. Absolutely. Alrighty, and I think that was it for the donation. So we'll scroll to the top, and we are at Dijona. You are up first, and just a shout out to my praying mantis and Zen Cricket members. So Dijona, your name appears in green, which means you're a member, and I love the little badge. That actually will change after 30 days to a little yin yang. It'll be a red one, and then the second month it goes after that. It goes to orange, and then 6 months later it goes. It starts going up think it's every 6 months. Maybe then it goes to a year, but they start going up in color, which is really cool. All right, so let's take a look here. What good things are coming in for you? Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know? What good things are coming in for you? All right. Wow, look at this. So you got the Queen of Cups starting off here, which so the queens, of course, rule over their own suit. So she rules over cups and emotion, but all the queens are given a second portion of water, which means she's double water, very intuitive, very connected to the intuition, spiritual gifts, and to the spirit world. So I love that this is huge. It's like an expansion of your empathic abilities, of your connection with spirit, hearing from spirit, picking up on more. So there is a great opportunity here, depending on how much energy you put into it, of expanding and even discovering new spiritual gifts, right? And if you're, I mentioned my in the Take 10, episode 17 is all about menu of spiritual gifts, and 18 is using your gifts. A lot of the Take 10 lately, the last couple months, have been about focusing on spiritual gifts. So their energy is there. And you can check those out if you're interested, if you haven't already. And then you have the magician card too. So this connection with your spiritual gifts, you're getting in tune with your divine masculine energy, which is not waiting for things to come to you, but you're initiating, you're putting forward your energy, your intentions. I was trying to think of the word, your intentional energy, and it's creating things. And so over the next couple months, I feel like now until the end of the year, there's something to do with this eclipse energy with your birth chart has spawned and created this activation of things here. Like this full moon eclipse that's coming up here next Saturday, I feel is going to ignite some things for you too. But this is the rest of the year. I feel like whatever you're focusing your intentions on and your energy, it just expands and brings things in faster for you. So being aware of where you're focusing your energy, if you're focusing on what you're grateful for, you're going to have more things to be grateful come in. So these good things come in when you're grateful for the good things that you have in your life already. And then that just is telling the universe, I really enjoy being grateful for having good things in my life. So we can have more of that if you want. And they're like, absolutely, let's bring in more. When we're focusing, like we talk about, on what I'm missing or I hate in my life, we're telling the universe, I really enjoy missing things and hating things in my life. Can you bring me more of that? And it's like being aware of that is huge, because I feel like over these next, rest of October and then November, December are huge, great things coming in. Not just good, but great things, depending on how much energy you put into um, inward and upward for your spiritual gifts and where you're focusing your energy. So I like it for you, Dajana, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Felicia, you are up next. Oh, sorry. Totally skipped over Die Baby. I saw the die in the die. So sorry. You'll be up next after that, Felicia. Die Baby. Sorry about that. And you'd like a money reading. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. See, what does Spirit want you to know about your finances, about money, money, money. All right. Yeah. I see here. I mean, let me just put them like this, because even though you got four cards, it's kind of like two cards. Because you've got the 10 of swords and the justice card. And the 10 of swords and the justice card, usually the justice card, yeah, there it is right there. Just got the ace of swords there. And the 10 of swords is a good card to get, even though sometimes it looks painful because it's usually someone face down with all the swords stuck in their back, but it is the ending in the beginning, letting go of expectations, letting go of the small t truths related to, in this case, money, where um the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets, all the stories that you were given growing up around what does it mean? What are you supposed to have, should have, need to have, must have around money? And money makes the world go around, and you have to have a lot of money, and all these beliefs, all the supposed to, shoulds, and need tos cage us in, and it limits us. Our mindsets around money limit us. Well, the justice card is the balancing out of things. That ace of swords allows us to cut away these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets around money that do set us free. It's like I used to think I had to make a certain amount of money because I have to afford, rent and utilities, and I have to have a car payment and all this stuff. But I made these huge changes in my life, and I have a great opportunity that opened up, which I never thought would. Where one of my best friends, she bought a house and had a whole basement. There, she's like, "Come here, live here. Let me. This is me giving to the world. I want you to live here and don't worry about paying anything because that's my gift." And I'm just like, what? And so we have this idea and these mindsets. No, this is the way it's supposed to be. And then, we try to fit the creator in boxes, and the creator crushes all the boxes and goes, see, it doesn't have to be that way. And I feel like this is what they're having you look at is your beliefs and mindsets around money. What fears do you have around money? Because that's what those small t truths are in. Because with this comes this amazing energy. You got the magician and the page of wands. So wands, 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 powerful energy, new passion, new energy that comes in. Because as we focus in on our fears, we actually grow them. So when we focus in on fears we have around finances, or like we talk about missing money, or I don't have enough, I'm telling the universe, I really enjoy not believing that I don't have enough money. So can you extend it out and make me miss it even more? And they're like, absolutely, order up. But when we change our whole perspective, we begin having gratitude for the money that we have, and we start cutting away those fears, then we start having this abundance. We start having this change that comes into our life. So I feel like it's an important time for you to really look at what beliefs do you have around lack, what beliefs do you have around what does money mean, what does not having money mean, and look at the fears so you can release them, transform them, and at the same time begin to have gratitude for what you do have in your life. And then more of it comes in. It's like, I'm grateful for the funds that I have now, and that you always make sure I have everything I need. They're like, whoop, let's bring in more of that. And so that's what I feel comes in for you there, die baby. All right. So many blessings to you. That is what they have for you right now. All right. And now we are to you, Felicia. Sorry. So, where are you headed in your career? Any new job offers coming towards you? It's probably a time frame thing, but you really want to enter a new door where your guide to shoot. Yeah. And I'm not sure if you listened to your the free reading from this morning. That I didn't get to the free readings. So I came back on later, just like I ended an hour before this one started. So if you haven't had a chance to look at it, I did get to your question around jobs on that one too. So let me just refresh the cards here and refresh my palette here. All right. So where, oh, where are you headed? Yeah. And then um, I need you job offers coming towards you. Okay. Yeah. So where you're headed, you've got the justice card, which is the balancing out. And we've talked about that, where we got the fears, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts of life. And, the justice card is this significant, being a major arcana, it's a significant alteration and change in your life where, you know, instead of having this long list of the kind of job that you really should have and supposed to have and blah blah blah. It's more about um what is your dream come true, right? So the justice card brings in this balancing of things. And so where you're headed in your career is you're getting out of your head and into your heart regarding career. Instead of doing what you think you're supposed to do, you're doing what will make your heart sing and your heart feel full. You will have more job offers coming in here. You've got the Sun card, which is abundant, one of the most successful cards coming in here, but it does shine light on your life too. So, and the Ace of Cups is pursuing your heart's desire, you know. So we definitely have here, there's offers that will be coming in, but you know, when we're searching for like the mind, like if my mind says I should have a steady job, 9 to 5 with benefits and this and that and da, 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 I'm going to end up in a job where I'm working. I'm not living. I'm existing and I'm working. And at some point in our life, when we're trying to apply for those types of jobs, spirit will start interfering because our soul goes, no, I don't want that. I want to live. I want to have something that makes my heart sing, that maybe doesn't pay as much as those others, but then we cut things out of our life. This is kind of what they talked about, I believe, in your earlier reading a little bit, because they're, you know, basically saying that when we have all of these fears in our head around what we're supposed to have and should have and need to have and must have, even in our to live and survive, then we have to have all this stuff. But when we really look at what am I willing, like I gave up having a vehicle because I didn't want to have, you know, monthly car payment, insurance, gas, upkeep, and all that. And it's amazing when you remove a vehicle off of like your spreadsheet. I have spreadsheets. It's like, wow, look how much of necessary income it cuts down. It's like, huh, maybe I don't do that. And then, you know, it's like the first step I did is I went and a friend of mine, another friend of mine, she had bought a home and said, "Hey, you want to come be my roommate for a while?" So that cut my costs in half. And some of the stuff she already had, and she says, "Well, I already had all that. You don't need to pay me for that if you'll just pay me this much, right?" And so that helped me with that for a year and a half, and then this opportunity opened up, and I've been here almost 2 years, and it's amazing just what can open up when we allow our heart to be expressed, and we really start to question, what do I really need, and if what am I willing to sacrifice or not have if I can live my dream? Do I need that? No. If I have that, perfect. You know. So that's what's coming in for you, Felicia. So many blessings to you. And then Rishi Lahore, hello, hello. Hey, dude. A general reading, absolutely. And I did get to your reading in the previous as well. So if you want to check that out. All right. So generally, you've got the Tower card and the Three of Swords. So this would might look like horrible if we didn't know that the Tower card is always whatever happens in our life happens on purpose for a purpose. And I like this because they're saying here with the Tower that, you know, the heartbreak, the disappointment, all of those expectations equaling disappointment, there's things being removed out of your life so that you can see that life does happen for you, and it's making space for new things to replace the old pain, the old thoughts and beliefs around heartache, and that your heart could be broken. It's just there's this removal, this destruction of this old. It's like the Three of Swords is all the pain and suffering that you experienced because of the thoughts and beliefs that you had. And so because you had all that, what was created was, it's like they're showing me Game of Thrones, and they're like, so this, because there was so much pain and suffering, this throne was made out of swords. And it's like, rah, you know, it's very it looks very fear-based, right? This throne that was created as, defensiveness and strength and defensiveness and I'll kill you kind of energy. But the tower is showing it being melted down, it all being thrown into a vat. All of that metal is being um, melted and being purified, like it's it's like gold. When they purify gold, they heat it up and heat it up and heat it up, and all the dross, the impurities come to the surface and they scoop it off and turn up the heat. So there's this purification, this melting of what was created before. Is like, what throne were we ruling from? Well, we were ruling from a place of fear, but now it's being transformed. And what you're going to make your new throne look like to rule over your life is changing. So I like that, and they're not showing you what it has to look like. So they're asking, what do you want that to look like? So I like that. And that's what they have for you, Rishi. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Mia. Hello, hello. You're up next. So you'd like a general for love. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. All right. I went to that one and that one. So, general reading for love. So, we have here the King of Cups who balances the heart and the mind. Got the Justice card, balances out thought and belief and mindset around love. So, there's very much this beautiful balancing of energy here, and this indication that with this Ace of Swords that they have here, that it's cutting away the fears that you've had around relationships about what certain actions mean, the stories that we've applied around love and that we have around love. And it's the transformation, it's the cutting away of those old ways of thinking to see things from this higher perspective, this place of more unconditional love. And it's not a fear, it's not a fear of failure, fear of rejection. It's allowing you to see the love that you really do have inside of you, which changes your whole, picture. You have the Ace of Cups, which the King of Cups has here, which that's one of the big things the king learns over the entire suit that he lives of the cups, is that he finds his inner love and then fills up and it overflows out to the world, which changes the whole perspective of how they see love in the world. Instead of it falling short and not being fulfilling, we fill up on the inside and it flows to the outside world. We can't love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So this all this balancing is this awareness, raising your love vibration, so that that's what you draw in, the mirror that reflects back the self-love instead of the mirror that reflects the self-loathing that we have earlier in our lives, right? So I like this because the King of Cups is what you are drawing towards you. The more you raise your love vibration, you bring in someone who reflects that love back to you, someone who is balanced in heart and mind. And so I like this for you. It feels very, it just flows very naturally, and they come into your life and you draw them into your life, and you're drawn into their life because you're both at the higher vibrational love instead of the lower vibration. So that's what they want you to know right now, Mia Mia. So many blessings to you. And then Sloka Sancher, you are up next. Hello. Hello. So why don't you have any girlfriends? Why do women dislike you? And when will you meet your soul tribe? Because it's getting lonely out here. Oh, let's take a look here. See what's going on here. All right. Okay. And then, whoa, all right. Anything else? Yeah. So we've got the 10 of swords and the 6 of swords. I like these coming out together, and you have the Knight of Cups here too. The Knight of Cups is this pursuit. All the knights have a quest, and this knight is questing after the Ace of Cups, the chalice, the Holy Grail, which is really self love. And so when we have the 6 of Swords, 6 of Swords is moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, this movement from choppy waters to calmer waters. And the 10 of Swords is also letting go of these small t true swords, which are old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that come in here. So, what this is telling me, this whole combination of why don't you have any girlfriends? Why do women dislike you? And when will you meet them? Well, the energy that we have, like if we how we feel about ourselves is what the energy is out there and what either draws people in. We either draw in people that will reflect back these mirrors of how we feel about ourselves, or the lack of people also tells us a little bit about how we feel about ourselves. It's like when a vampire looks in a mirror, it doesn't see anything. So it's like, who am I? What's going on? So I feel like there's some, you can kind of turn around the question and why don't I like myself? In what ways don't I like myself? Because that's the energy that is keeping, this energy around you of people being in or not in your life, right? Because if you love yourself, truly love yourself, not like arrogant love myself, like I'm better than all of you, that will also chase people away because they're like, I don't want to be around people that think they're better than me. If you have the difference between arrogance and confidence is you're aware of who you are and what you have to offer. Arrogance says I'm better than everyone else. So it's about judgment of other people, not about a reflection of knowing who we are. And I feel like that's what's coming in here. Your tribe will come in as you balance your mind and your heart with this and pursue this inner love with this Knight of Cups, because once you fill up on the inside, you fill up and overflow out, and then that's when you draw your true tribe to you. And so it's really elevating your self-worth, elevating your self-love, finding out, what am I fearing? What do I fear about myself? What do I fear people don't like about me? There's a mirror in there. How is that true about how I don't like myself? Where are these fears, right? And so as you release these things, then your countenance changes, your energy changes, and you draw in different people. And that's when the soul tribe is drawn together, because all of you are raising your love vibration that draws you in, and you're ready to join together. When you join together, if you would join together without raising your love vibration, it's going to end up being what you always have had before in friendships, romance, whatever. But as we raise our love vibration and our self love, then there's no pressure of other people to be something for us. We are what we need for ourselves. We are our own best friend. And then when you meet is just above and beyond extra. You're grateful for who they are instead of going, oh, they're not being the friend they should be, because that puts out energy too that chases people away. Because no one wants to be judged, right? You don't want to have someone going, look how you failed me, Shloka. You didn't do this, you haven't done this, you haven't done this, right? That's probably yourself talking to yourself. Look how you have failed me. We are our own worst critics. And so you can look at that and transform it. And then that changes things in the outside world. This loneliness is happening on purpose, because if you were having a group of people that were giving you just enough validation, um, then you wouldn't work on your inner self. And so this silent treatment, being in, what do they call it when you're solitary confinement, when you're in prison? Not that I would know, just I saw it on TV. But they have we sometimes feel like we're in solitary confinement, but it's for us so we can turn inward and upward and raise our love vibration. So we draw in things that are like that instead of doing what we've always done and getting what we've always gotten. So that's what they have for you, Shloka. Hopefully that resonates there for you. But many blessings to you. And you're not alone. We've all gone through that, So, you know, there's no judgment at all from us. We're like, yeah, we've been there and are there and are in and out of that. It's how we all do it. So that is what we have there for you. All right. So many blessings. And then, Joe, we did your donation reading, but this is your free reading. And so this is your general reading. All right. So, Joe Kenzo, what does Spirit want you to know here? All right. Fire, fire. You got the tower burning, burning, burning. And you've got the Knight of Wands, the fast moving here. And this is a like an omen of change or like a what is it, a prophecy, or it's just a heads up that there is a change that's coming. It's going to come sudden, it's going to come out of nowhere, it's going to be a significant change, with the tower card being a major arcana, but it happens fast and furious and you move through it fast too. So I like this. It's a heads up that there is this change a coming, and it's okay. It happens lickety split, fast, fast, fast. So it's not like something that burns and burns and burns and burns for days and weeks and years and finally collapses. It's like this explosion, whatever it is, it just and it's gone, and you move past it and through it, and you're like, okay, here we go. And so there is this fast whoosh, whoosh, whoosh movement that's coming up here. And just trust with that tower card. Whatever is removed out of our life is moved out on purpose, for a purpose, to make space for the new to come in, to clear the path for you to move through. And so just try to welcome it and go, okay. And I almost feel like you don't even get to react to it too much, because I feel like it's almost like they're showing me like a fighter jet, like from a movie where, they're flying and they blow something up and they just go through the flames really quick, psh, and then they're through it and it's gone. And it's because they're going so fast before, I mean, they don't even get to, it's like, oh, there it is. And oh, we're through it. And oh, it's back there. And okay, we're on to the next thing. That's how fast it feels like it's happening here. So I like this for you. They're just like, just trust whatever this is. It does happen very, very fast. It is for you. And it's impactful, but it's like there's nothing you have to, not a whole lot you have to do about it. They just kind of want to give you a heads up that it's happening. So there you go. Very interesting. All right, Joe. So that was your free general reading. And then Jean, Jean XO. Hello, hello. All right. And you want to know what Virgo's feelings and next actions are towards you. All right. Let's take a look here and see what their next actions, well, their feelings are first, and then their next actions here. All right. Well, their feelings here, the Three of Pentacles is about being true to one's authentic self. And I feel here their feelings for you here, they really, one of the things that they really appreciate about you is that you are true to your authentic self. Like you don't alter yourself to try to be and fit in and be who everyone thinks you should be. It's not that you're rude about it, but you're unapologetically yourself. If people are like, why do you do it that way? Why are you dressing that way? Why are you coloring your hair? Blah 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 blah. And you're just like, oh, you're cute. And they're like, I like to express myself. Well, you shouldn't do that. And you're like, well, thank you for your information. You're not like, screw you, be your own self, and blah blah blah. You're just like, oh, okay, blah, 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 you're so cute. and you just go about your business. And they like that about you. They just are like, wow, you're unique to yourself and you stick to yourself and you don't alter, you know, to please people. You're not afraid of losing praise or being punished. You're like, I'm an adult. I can take care of myself and everyone can be who they want to be. And they like this approach around you. It's very, I don't know, it's what draws them to you. They just think it's very attractive. The confidence that because they want this for themselves and they see it in you. Their next actions though, I know, right? The queen of swords here, she rules co-rules over the swords with the king. All the queens are given a second portion of water, so she balances the heart and the mind. So this Virgo just balances the heart and the mind. And Virgos, big thinkers, Virgos will never deny that. They're like, yeah, that's one of the things I love about myself. I can overthink like no other, but they investigate and they can see things, but that can also sometimes can overcompensate where it's too much. um it's like you can put salt in something, but if you pour too much salt, it's too much salt. It's like it can kind of deaden the emotions, right? It can overcompensate. And that's what I feel is going on here. Like their next actions, they got this blockade with this 9 of wands, which keeps them from moving forward because they're thinking. And so it stops at the thinking, just stops them at the gate, doesn't allow them through because they're, well, let me think about all this first. I got to think of every single scenario. What is it that I want? What is it that is appropriate? What isn't appropriate? Blah, 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 blah. It's just overthinking and looking at everything. And so it just feels like they are I don't want to say that they're calculating the statistics of stuff. They're just like, what are the chances are? Because they really like that courage that you exude from you, or this is at least what they pick up from you. And they want that for themselves, but at the same point, they're like, I don't know if I can keep up with you, if that makes sense. They're like, you know, maybe you're outgoing, maybe the energy that they pick up from you is you're big, like, "Well, you're so big and I'm so small. I don't know if I can, keep up. I'll be left behind, and I don't wanna be abandoned again or left behind. I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fall short." Blah, 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 blah. That's what's all going inside their head. And it doesn't have to do with anything that you're doing. You're just, "I'm apologetically me." And they're like, "Oh, I wish I could be that way?" So, hopefully that makes sense, Jean, and, that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Alright, let me just make sure I'm not skipping over anyone here. That's me. Alright. Alright. You're very welcome, Jean. You as well. You take care. My pleasure. All right. So, Marina, you are up next. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that in the microphone there. So, Marina, what is happening this month in love for you? All right. So, let's take a look here. Wanted that one, and this one here. All right. So, it's like you've been on a little bit of a dry spell with love, huh? 7 of Pentacles, it feels like, the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. It's one of the patience cards, right? But I like the energy of this with a combination of these because we've got 2 wands card, which does represent fire and movement. So this love that you've been waiting for and that things have been going slow on purpose, for a purpose for you to step into your power here with the Queen of Wands. Six of Wands is also victory and a flow. And so there's this equal passion that's going to be headed your way here. And I like this because you've changed. You've ch- Marina, you've changed. You're like, "Heck yeah," especially with that dragonfly that's here. I feel like you've made significant change and very fast. Dragonflies skip, butterflies go from caterpillar to cocoon and chrysalis and then to butterfly. The Dragonflies go from larva in the water to dragonfly. They skip a step. And that's what I feel like you've changed and you've altered how you feel about yourself. And so I feel like you've really worked on your self love, you've raised your self worth. And so you come across more confident and you have this fire within you. And I like this for you. It's like it all happened on purpose during this slow period. You've been working on yourself, which was the reason why there was a slow period, and now that period of waiting is over, and now you're gonna put this newfound sense of self-worth into practice, and I like this coming up here. The first one that you come to, I feel is gonna be like a fire sign with all this fire, but the Six of Wands does, um, you stand out with that Six of Wands. Usually it's like they usually have people like one person up on a horse, everyone else is celebrating this person on the horse, and that's what I feel, this person, um, treats you, because you feel this way on the inside and then it's reflected on the outside, and I feel like that's what you're learning and what you're putting into the works is because you're changing how you perceive yourself. The mirrors that come to you reflect that new way of looking. So you've changed, and so the people that you draw in will also be different than anything that you've drawn in before, because you're not doing what you've done, getting what you've gotten. You've raised your love vibration, so you're getting something new that comes in, something very reciprocal, which is like, "What? Reciprocity? Like, they feel the same way I do about them? Whoa, who would have thunk that's possible, right?" But that's what's coming in for you, Marina, so I like that. And well deserved, so many blessings to you. All right. And then Nature 1111, you'll be up next. I do have a donation that came in, though, so I shall return to you. You're very welcome, Mia Mia. Hey, D. Roy Sama, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And you wanted to know, did Penelope you're very welcome, Marina. So, did Penelope date someone in your friend or family group? Uh-oh. Let's take a look here. Anything else? And what is hidden? Mhm. Okay. So let's take a look here. Just want to get clarification here. Okay. No, I really, it doesn't seem like, she's got the temperance card here. And the temperance card is slow, slow movement. Takes a long time for things to, I don't know, develop and transform and that kind of thing. We got the Queen of Wands came in here, which I was like, well, Queen of Wands can be fiery and really be attractive and attract people to him. But with this combination, I was like, well, tell me more about this fieriness and this Queen of Wands. This can be someone who is, beautiful and bats their eyes and can draw people in. And so I was like, so what is this about? And we've got the 8 of cups, which is I don't feel like they've dated anyone like in your friend or family group. I feel like they've kind of been single for a while because the combination of this, the 8 of cups shows leaving behind old relationships, old emotions that no longer serve him. And I feel like this temperance, the reason why the temperance was there was because they were focusing on letting old things go. And now the Page of Wands is about ready for new passion. With this Queen of Wands, they're now ready to step into their power. So I don't feel like they've been with anyone for a while, because we also have the High Priestess, which is goes into her high priestess temple, steps behind the veil, connects higher, does a lot of the internal work. And the Two of Wands is about, again, with all this wands energy, learning about where she invests her power is what grows and expands. So she had a lot of heartbreak because I asked, what's below the surface? What was been going on? And they gave us the Three of Swords, which is heartache and disappointment. So I don't feel like she's dated someone in quite a while. And I don't feel like it's anyone, I don't get indications from any of these cards that it is anyone that you knew. Um, but I just feel like there's this great heartbreak that's been happening here. Yeah, and again, we've got this Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, self-nurturing herself, and the Eight of Wands is about fast-moving energy. Again, all this energy that they have, maybe they are a fire sign, but I just feel like they've got a lot of passion, which can be misconstrued, because I feel like they're a very passionate person. It's kind of like in a way where, um people assume things about people because of how they carry themselves, and I feel like that happens to her a lot, where people are like, "You're very friendly," and people tend to think that she's interested in them when she's not. She's just very friendly, and I maybe is she beautiful? Because I feel like that's part of the kind of the, piece of everything is that, people go, "Wow. She's beautiful, so she must like me," you know? I don't know why that comes through, but that's what's coming through. I don't feel like, yeah, I'm very beautiful, yeah, yeah, and I feel like, you know, that's what just draws people and people misconstrue it because they want it to be, and it's like, even if they like, "Hey, you wanna go to lunch?" "Oh, is that a date?" "No, I just wanna go to lunch. Can I just" it's almost like, because of her heartbreak, um you know, she, spent a lot of time by herself and people wanting her for her body and her beauty, and so she just spends a lot of time nurturing with herself. You want it to be. "See, look at you." No, let me take a look here. I feel like you see more deeply than that. So let's take a look here and see, what's happening here. Well, we got the Two of Cups in here, which is the possibility of an important relationship, but there's a lot of work that would have to be done first here. Because we have the Queen of Pentacles coming up again, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And so she is working through the Five of Swords and the Nine of Swords. So there is a lot of conflicting beliefs, even though she is told she's beautiful on the outside, there's a lot of not thinking herself this way on the inside. So she has a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, a lot of fears around things. Um, a lot of, like I said, that Three of Swords is underneath. So I feel like she's got to look at this. And then also, this is, of course, a mirror for you to look at your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you have around relationships too, right? And because the Nine of Swords is the nightmare insomnia card, and the Five of Swords is about mental conflict between the heart and the mind. And so there's a lot of supposed to be's, should be's, need to be's, have to be's that kind of feel like they are around both of you. And it's about being free, from these restrictions of all of this stuff that just keeps, the heart in a cage, and pokes it, with a stick. And it's like the heart just wants to be free and be free of all that. So there is a possibility, but like I said, it takes work on both your sides to get there. Yeah, you got the five of wands too, which is, like a firestorm that's around it. It there's possibilities, but um it has to be a different type of relationship that she's ever had. And she's got to work on her stuff first, and you have to work on your stuff first as well. There's too much conflict, too many fears that are surrounding relationship, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of what someone thinks about me and wants from me, and blah 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 blah. This long list. That's what that nine of swords is a lot of long list of expectations that in order for things to come together have to be released. Otherwise, it's just so much disappointment. They need to be this and they fall short. She needs to be this, she falls short. It's always that's what kills and sucks the life out of relationships is this long list of expectations that we're given around relationships. So that's what they have for you. So there is potential, but there's a lot of work involved in it as well. All right. So many blessings to you again. Thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. We left off with Nature 1111. And you want to know Liam's current feelings for you. So let's take a look here. All right. So here are their current feelings for you. Wah, wah, wah. Well, not really feelings as much as attraction. Eight of Wands is a lot of attraction, physical and energetic attraction. So they're just like, um, very, you know, motivated by urge to be, that's what's below here. Four of Swords, peace of mind. So any thoughts, there's calmness here, but maybe they're an air sign because I feel like emotions are not there yet, like love and like and those types of things. Their mind is very like, okay, it's at peace, it doesn't have concerns, but the body and their energy is like, whoa, that's here. So I don't see emotion connected to these yet. I feel like they're that's why I feel like they're very a lot of air in their chart, maybe, if not an air sign, but they've got like in their head, in their head, in their head. Emotions are turned down or muted, and their attraction volume is up to like 8 out of 10. It's like, whoa, all right, simmer down. What are we gonna do? Hump my leg or what? But that's what's coming in there for you. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you, Nature 1111. That's what they want you to know right now. Right. And then Melody, you are up next. And you want to know what are Azam's current energy towards you. All right. Wow. So we've got the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. And this is like the pages that you can think of them as like number 11s, right? Because after the tens come the pages, and then the knights, and then the queens, and then the kings. So this is like things are going to a different level. It feels like the energy is changing. It's going through this alteration. Page of Cups is different emotion. Wands is different energies that are coming in here. Now, usually this means like a heightened, it's a higher level, it's changing from what it was. It's usually what we would consider a positive progression. Let me see here. I just want to see here. Yeah. Because we have the Five of Pentacles, which is the feelings of abandonment, being left out in the cold, being left behind. And um, I just feel like there's this things are going to another phase here. And it just feels like I'm getting like devil card energy. Oh, yeah, in the bottom, the Six of Pentacles too. So the five and the six, they're that's like my codependency awareness card. And I feel like it's going to another level. And and so what I feel like what this is meaning, and they wanted me to explain all that because normally it can be like, oh yay, we're moving up to the next stage in commitment and this, but it feels like more the lessons. Yay, right? This what I'm learning from them and what they're learning from me is going to another stage. It's like going from love 101 to class 201. It's like, this energy. It feels very um uh, revealing, I guess is a good word. It's shining brighter lights on things. And that's why I feel like it's intensifying. That's a good word. The energy's intensifying because it feels like you're being drawn into this higher area of your interactions with each other, but it's also making triggers and you know new triggers are triggering um, to be looked at because of it. And so it's like this high intensity mirror that, if you ever have those, I've seen one of my last hosts, she had one of those mirrors where on one side it's a normal mirror and you flip it and it's like whoosh, you can see your pores. And that's what I feel is happening. They're like, okay, you got used to that view. Now, whoom, in your face, type of energy that's coming in, that's shaking and rattling beliefs about ourselves around what things should be, supposed to be, need to be. That's why it feels like devil, Saturn, Capricorn energy, shaking and rattling of your cages to see these beliefs and mindsets that you've had that have impacted you in the past. So things are getting more intense. I don't feel like it's like twin flame energy, which is like you can't get away from each other, and it's like you're on fire. In a lot of ways, this is um, in your face, but you can also retreat to reflect type of energy. So hopefully that makes sense, Melody. But that's what I feel the kind of energy that's coming in there. Very, very unique and different. Yay. You're all, thank you. Bravo. uh, but hang in there. It's always good for us. It's always happening for us, right? It frees us from all of that. All right. And then we've got Loverly ASMR. Hi. You want to know what's coming towards you in money and finances? All right, let's take a look here. All right. So you've got the Page of Wands and you've got the Moon card here. So, with money and finances, with this combination, the Moon card has given me a lot of hidden, unknown beliefs and mindsets below the surface. The beliefs where you're focusing energy. And so what's coming towards you, of course, the Page of Wands is wherever you're pointing your magic wand is what's growing and expanding. But there's some subconscious beliefs and mindsets around money and finances that might be keeping it away from you here. I talk a lot about my Take 10 with Zen free video series. The link is in the description box of the video, and it's also on my main page if you click on my name and go there. But episodes 4 and 5, episode 4 talks about the energy, wherever I'm focusing my energy, right? If I focus on energy like I don't have enough money or finances, then I'm telling the universe, I enjoy feeling like I don't have enough money and finances. Can you make me feel that more and longer? Sure, versus if I focus my energy on gratitude for what I have, then I draw more in instead. So the energy is episode 4. Episode 5 talks about the 6 of Pentacles, and it talks about some deep-seated old belief systems, some programs that are running on autopilot that are down in our subconscious that continue to bring that up over and over and over. It We have this out of balance giving and receiving where our inner child, our emotional inner child feels like I have to give 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back. I have 1,000 abundance coins I have to give before I can have one abundance coin back. So this out of balance giving and receiving is down there. That's what that talks about in those two. They're like 10 minutes or less, those two videos. So I really encourage you to take a look at those because you have this opportunity to bring down these forest fields that are keeping finances and money and love and all sorts of stuff away. But it allows those to fall down and allows this inner flow to come in. So I feel like that's the message Spirit wants you to know right now, Loverly. So there you go. Many blessings to you. All right. And Hong Gao, if you are still here, you definitely can ask a question. I don't see a question yet, so if you want to pop it down below, I will get to that. Hopefully, here. Yeah, I'm going to be on for about 30 more minutes, so I should be able to get through the few that are left here. So if you are still here, pop it down below. Up next, though, we have Paula, and you wanted to know, are you protected at work? Um, do you have the support of senior managers? All right. So let's take a look here. So are you protected by humans at work? Let's take a look here. Yeah, I would say so with this. You got the 3 of Pentacles, which is, you're being true to your authentic self and not to fear about what people will think if you'll lose support. Or if you will, get punished. The 3 of Pentacles is Spirit saying, just be true to you and everything will be fine here. You've got the Justice card, which is the balancing of things that come out here. So I don't feel like there's, this energy of unfairness. I feel like you are protected equally here. I don't feel like it's out of balance. I feel like there is this balanced and with that to be true to your authentic self. You know, the justice card does talk about our fears, seeing things from different perspectives too, and balancing our fears out with, do I trust that? And that's why they wanted to say, am I protected by humans? Depends on the moment. If a human goes into fight or flight mode, whenever our inner child feels unsafe or out of control, we will pull the rug out from underneath anyone to go into survival mode. What's more important, I feel that they want you to know, Paula, is that you are protected by spirit. Everything that happens in our life does happen for us, and we'll always have what we need from spirit, right? It's not humans that bring us what we need in each moment. It is spirit that has always given you everything you've needed in each moment. Maybe not what we've wanted, but always what we've needed. And they have a great track record, right? Or you wouldn't be here right now. So they're like, you can trust us. You'll have support from seniors, but just know that you have our support, which is much more um, stable, and they of course have pure intentions. The spirit does. Humans, they go into fear mode. They'll sell their mothers. So uh, they're basically saying you can trust us. Everything that unfolds will be for you, and we got you. We got you. So I like that for you. All right, Paula. And that is what they have. So many blessings to you. Right. And doll faced diva, you are up next. Anything spirit wants you to know at this time? Let's take a look here. Glad you like that, Paula. Wow. So you've got the strength card number 8 and the hermit card number 9 of the major arcana here. So there is definitely this invitation to turn inward and upward. The strength card is our human and our higher self, and the hermit card is us connecting to our higher self and making sure that we're taking the alone time that is needed to connect with spirit, and that they are with you, they are around you, and they do have some great things to talk about, some great guidance to give you, and it is this drawing of like they're wanting to help raise your vibration, to raise your gifts, to raise, give you upgrades, do this kind of stuff. And so I like this for you because I feel like it is an important time in your life right now. You know, the 8, the 9, they're like there's this progression type of energy coming in here with, especially it being major arcana, significant progression that is happening, and they want you to know that if you've felt this, especially with all these eclipses, it's pretty intense. But if you've been feeling like um anxious and clouded and tired maybe a little bit too. Not that I'm a licensed medical practitioner, but these are signs of upgrades, signs of that while you're sleeping, you're still working a lot and they're communicating and interacting with you a lot in your dreams. Even though if you wake up going, I know I dreamt, but I can't remember what it is, they're doing some heavy duty upgrading and transformation. And this is a time that's going in your life right now with all of that. So they want you to know that the more time that you can take away to reflect and to rest and connect with spirit, the more it's very it's an ideal time for you to do that, I guess is how we can say that. So that is what's coming in for you, Dollface Diva. So many blessings to you. Right. We've done those. We've done those. I'm just making sure I'm not skipping over anyone here. All right. And then we are to awesome. Hello, hello. So you want to know MH's feelings and actions towards you. Let's take a look. Wow. So we've got 2 eights here, and this is very flowing energy. If you think of eights as 4 on each side, there's this wonderful flow in the middle. So it is positive here. I don't see a lot of feelings so much here, though. They've got a lot of thinking that they've been doing and a lot of outside work that they've been doing here. So the 8 of Swords is them becoming aware of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made them feel trapped and blinded and bound in the past. And so there is this flowing ness. Maybe emotions will come after this, because this is about doing the work, putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears into things, and that there's this forward movement and this flow. But again, I feel like a lot of going on in their heads and a lot of outside world, but not a whole lot of wands action, or which is, movement, fire, passion, or emotion. So I feel like it's been a lot of mental transformation, not so much emotion and feeling. And when I get this type of energy, this numbness type of feeling, usually means that they had a lot of pain in the past that in order for them to look at things, they had to unplug. And the thing is when we have so much emotional pain that we unplug, when we unplug our emotions, yeah, we don't have to feel the pain and all those fears that come with it, but we also don't get to feel joy and love and happiness and all that wonderful stuff too. And that's why I feel they just feel very numb. And I feel like with this Eight of Pentacles, they have been doing the work. So I feel like they're headed towards the bravery, if we can call it the bravery of, let's turn down the volume before you plug it back in, and then you can turn up the volume. But I feel like they are um, gaining courage to plug it back in and hear what the sound is. Is it going to be static? Yeah, yeah. So that makes sense. Plug in and unplug. Plug in. Ah, too loud. Unplug. So I feel like they will eventually here with that Eight of Pentacles. They're gaining bravery to like plug in and turn down their fear noise and turn up their love vibration. Um, but and those two eights show that they're actually putting in work into it. I wonder if they're going to go into counseling or rehab or something. But I feel like they're doing something where they're doing some reflection, some deep reflection. So it does feel like with that Eight of Pentacles that it's going to be some sort of organized reflection, though. So therapy, rehab, something where 12-step program, where it's like type of things that are coming up that help them move forward to where they feel they can. So I like it for them. Just you get to enjoy the waiting period and like you said, the hot and coldness that comes with all of it. Yay! You never give in more than you can handle. And you can always step away when you want to too. All right, but hang in there, awesome. Many blessings to you. All right, very good. Dear Sama. And then Hot Sun. Hello, hello. So, what are Josh's feelings, intentions, and next actions? We'll take a look here. So, what's going on with Josh? What are their feelings, intentions, and next actions? All right. So, here's feelings, intentions, and next actions. Well, mhm. uh huh. Uh-huh. Oh, my goodness. Well, they got the hots for you. That's funny. Hot sun, you got the sun card. That's funny. And it's hot. All this is hot, hot, hot. So feelings, not so much feelings as the Knight of Wands, which is the fastest, hottest moving knight out of them all. Passion, movement of passion. Passion, 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 passion. I know, right? And then here's your sun card. Hot sun gets the hot sun, which again, fire energy, very much Leo energy about being seen, attraction, again, passion and movement, a lot of fire coming in there. And then their actions, Ace of Wands, fire, 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 all this fire energy. Their next action is acting on their passions, making the moves. But it all of this, it's so uh teenager energy, or a little dog that comes up and humps your leg. It's that type of energy that's coming in. It's like, oh my god, how old are you? Simmer down. That's what I like about you know the um the Knight of Wands is like the Prince of Wands, right? And you're a Leo. That's that's so great. Um, and you know, so it's like a prince, like in the movies where they're so they want to have intimacy so much, and then you have the King of Wands, which the kings are they understand and they're not as they have control of their passions, right? So that's the difference is that I feel like they are that Knight of Wands. They are this prince where, that's what's on their mind. They're just like, "What are you, a werewolf? You're turning into an animal. Zzzt, come on. Or you're like, "Hey, that's what I'm bring it on." Whatever you are in, whatever you want. If that's what you want, then boom, it's there for sure. Just the emotions I feel come like later. I feel like they are just used to um I'm not sure why. There's reasons why they feel expressing themselves through touch and sex and intimacy is how love is shown, which can mean, of course, things happened when they were younger, or that's what they witnessed with their parents. Maybe their parents were split up and they always saw, they experienced whoever parent they were living with. That's the way they were shown love is through a lot of different partners over and they overheard it all and whatever it may be, they've got this belief around it in their life right now. So there you go. You're very welcome, hot son. Whew, hot, hot, hot. All right. And then up next we have Prashi. Hello, hello. So what are your boyfriend Azim's true feelings and intentions towards you? On and off. What is with all this on and off, hot and coldness, right? All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on here. What is up with Azim? All right. So his true feelings. Okay, well that makes sense with the on and off. And then the intentions. All right. Yeah, yeah. So, um, we've got here, like when I asked about their true feelings, we've got the Four of Cups and we've got the Chariot. The Chariot card is the power of choice card, right? And the Four of Cups, this is like all the love that they're used to getting and the love that they're really wanting. And the thing is here, when it's like I told my mom when you know, my dad wasn't faithful to my mom when she was well, really between my older brother and me for pretty much their entire marriage. But she thought it was about her. But I'm like, I told my mom, which is what I was saying here is, my dad was married 3 times and other people in between. And I'm like, if it was you that wasn't making them happy, then they would have been happy with number two, or maybe number three, or number four, or number five, or number six. Ooh, when they were dating and everything. They got married, they just got remarried. But they got married 3 times. And I'm like, so it's not you, right? And so I feel like what's going on here is like they are wanting this love that they think is on the outside, but they have to find the happiness within them. That's where I was going with my dad is, until he found his happiness on the inside, no one on the outside was going to make him happy. And I love that he's found it now. And he's found someone that reflects that back to him, but he doesn't have this self-love in here. And that's why it's on and off, hot and cold, because he's searching for something on the outside that he can only find within himself. And that's why he keeps on going back and forth thinking it's people on the outside world that are letting him down, but it's really he's just not satisfied with the love that he gets. Like all of us, the outside world is going to fall short till we find our inner happiness. You know, so he does have feelings for you, but if you don't love yourself a whole lot, you can't receive love from other people or give love. And so this is a big reflection of how he feels about himself, not about how he feels about you. And, the intentions, he's trying to find his fullness and his completeness. But the full card here is about new adventures, this wanting to have this freedom to be who they are, not having to live up to a bunch of expectations, leaving old cycles behind and having this free openness feeling so where they don't feel like they're falling short, right? And the King of Pentacles is about they're on the journey of discovering their true worth, but they're going to have to turn inward and upward, not on the outside world. It's one of the big things that the King of Pentacles teaches them, right? You got the Tower card here, and the Tower card is about, trusting that when people are moved out of your life, they're moved out of your life on purpose for a purpose to open up the space in your life for that which truly aligns with your higher heart and your soul and your spirit. And you've learned a lot with them here, but the next time it turns off, let it stay off. Allow it to go, because you deserve to be with someone like you. And you've learned a lot what you've needed to learn about your own insecurities and your own self love in interacting with them. But when it turns off again, change the locks and move, because you deserve more, with all of this. And I don't feel like they're on this inner journey of self-love that they're going to find that anytime soon. So I would, the next time that they're like, all right, we're off again, you're like, all right, and I'm off, and I'm putting a lock on the switch, where how, like, when they have thermostats that have locks on them so people can't change them. You're like, and I'm putting a lock on the light switch. You can't just turn it back on anymore. Um, this off is it's off permanently. And I know you love him and we have feelings for him, but there's this, you deserve more, Prachi. So, and I like it. You've learned so much. So see your self love and go, okay, I see this is about them. They will always be this way until they do their inner work, and I don't see them really working on it. Boom! I love it. So high five, fist bump. Yeah, definitely so. All right, my dear, hang in there. I'm excited for where you're headed, because you raising your self love, you're going to draw in someone that reflects that instead of the old. So, all right, many blessings to you. All right, I think I was almost all right. See, I'm going about 4 more minutes or so here. So I'll try to get to both of you, Scorpio and Alex. So, Scorpio 1180, you want to know Robert's feelings for you. Oh no, look at that. Another hot and cold. What is going on? Yeah, it's a on and off, hot and cold. It's been a bunch. Right, nature? Too funny. All right, Scorpio, let's take a look here. What's going on with Roberto? Right? It's like, wait a minute. What is going on? Is there something going on in the ethereal? Well, the current feelings we've got here, we've got lovers, and we've got the Ace of Wands, which is passion. Um, and it does definitely, it has the same energies here. Yeah, I just took it the cut the deck in half to get the 4 of Cups. So, definitely this is the scenario that's going on here. It's when they it's like when they're able to be in this passion in the moment, then they feel this, temporary fullness, but it doesn't make them happy for long. Like any other thing in the outside world doesn't fill us up for very long at all. I usually say it's like American Chinese food. Anything you eat in the outside world, you're hungry an hour later. And it's like that's what all the outside world brings us is American Chinese food. There's something in it that it doesn't matter how much you eat. You're like, why am I hungry again already? And that's what comes in here. And so I like that you were able to hear their message, because you really are being able to see here how it's not about your lovability. It's about how they feel about themselves. And so they're not filling up with their own self love. And so the little, you know, the ability of what we're able to give. If they love themselves this much, no matter how much love we want to give them, it only can trickle in. And no matter how much love they want to put out, it can only trickle out. And as they open up their self love, then it also opens up our ability to give and receive love to the humans in our lives. But until we get that inner love open, that's why there's so much hotness and coldness, and on and off situations because, and it's so wonderful. I'm glad that I got to witness my parents go, well, I kind of went through it to my own self, but I got to see it, that, wow, it's not about, that's why we move from person to person to person to person to person, um, because, you know, we are constantly hungry. Um, so I like that. And, you know, the biggest thing is they can be a great mirror for us, which is amazing because when we realize, oh, I'm not going to be satisfied until I also turn inward and upward and find my self love. They're never going to be able to give me what because if my pipeline is small, no matter how much love they're able to give me, I'm not going to be able to receive it unless my self-love is expanded and open too. So, and it's amazing because when we turn inward and upward and we become that chalice and we fill up with that beautiful eternal unconditional love, we feel full and whole, and we don't stop wanting love from the outside world. We just stop needing it. Spirit talks about us searching for a 10-course meal. Inward is where we find it. Outside world is only dessert bars that offer third and fourth and fifth dessert, because what we find on the inside is a 10-course meal with two desserts. So then the outside world, we can always make room for more dessert. And we're like, here it comes, I can receive it, but I'm not as desperate for it, right? When seventh dessert is pulled back and they're like, no, I'm not going to give you seventh dessert. We're like, thank God, I'm so full, it's going to explode. Thank you, though. And then it's like, bye bye. So I like it. So that is for whoever, for all of us, right? So thank you, Scorpio. Thank you. They're the wise ones. I've just learned to listen. That's why I give them the credit because I learned so much through what they talk through here. So so that's what we have coming in here. All right, Alex and spiritual journey. Sorry so much. I've reached the end of this session. So I'm going to be headed out to my praying mantis session. But I will be back tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And then also tomorrow night from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time as well, or ish. So please come back and I'll hopefully be able to get to you guys there. But I do need to head off. Before I do, just want to make sure everyone is aware. If you want any other answers, every Monday I do have the Moon Day Mondays, where we talk about the phases of the moon or the signs that the moon goes through throughout the week and the phases if there's significant ones and any kind of planetary changes. We're right in the middle of the eclipse season. Um, like last week was the solar eclipse, next week is the lunar eclipse. So we're right smack in the middle of all these energies. So if you want to understand the planetary emotional energies that are going on so we can navigate them, be sure to check those out. And then also every Tuesday, I have a Take 10 with Zen. Since I was gone last weekend, I wasn't gone, I was gone from here. Um, the two that I have, episode 17 is menu of spiritual gifts. So if you want to find out some more about what your possible spiritual gifts can be sure to check that out. Episode 18, which came out this last Monday, is about using your gifts. And then that's Mondays and Tuesdays. Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays. Wednesday is What's Up Wednesdays, and where I put out a pick a card. Every other week, I talk about new moon energy, full moon energy, have pick a cards around them. Uh, when the sun changes its sign, I also have a special pick a card for that, which Scorpio season starts next Monday. So this pick a card that came out also includes a special birthday reading for all you Scorpio sun babies or you that are on the cusp. So be sure to check that out because it gives you a 3 month forecast. And then the extra week, actually do a meditation where we go to a sacred site and have a pick a card around that as well. So I'm excited. The first one I did was Egypt. Those you can check those out in I have a special playlist for that. And then November 1st, we're gonna go to the cities of the dead, the New Orleans cemeteries. So I'm excited for that. Um, and then if you don't know about my monthly drawing at the end of each month, I do have a monthly drawing. This video talks about the September winners and how you can get into the October drawings. And then lastly, I do have half off my most of my services, pre-recorded personal readings, which is where you send me an email. I pull cards, upload the video to YouTube, and send you the private link that you can only access that way. And like a 15-minute personal recorded reading is $5 now. Half-hour reading is only $10. And so like an hour is like $20. So if you want to check all those out, all that information's in the description box of the video, plus half off my hedges of peace and love, and also my Wish Upon a Star astro readings. And there's links for all that stuff down below to tell you what those things are if you are interested. So that is what we have. Thanks again so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. I really appreciate all the love and all the support. And thank you guys, all of you that made a donation. Those help me continue doing what I do and offer all the free stuff that I do. So a big hug and thank you to all of you for your thirst for After Spirit. And like I said, I'll be back tomorrow morning and Sunday morning, and also tomorrow night. So until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. You hang in there and you take care.